Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over the AM Silver Bullet for Friday, May 24th. So the first thing we're going to do is turn on the Kraken Silver Bullet Pro, and let's see where all our targets are. Shrink this in and let's look. Kill zone high and kill zone low, so let's look here. Go top down. Asia high and low has been taken. We turn that off. London session, the low is still intact, the high is taken, so let's remove the high. New York kill zone, actually that's going to start at 10 o'clock, so let's leave that. Asia session from yesterday, that's still there. Sell side's been taken. New York lunch, the low has been taken. PM buy side here, and is the same down here, so let's just remove that. That's the previous day low. Okay, so there's where we're at. Previous week high we don't really need. We'll take that off. Okay. All right. So that is where we're at here. Let's zoom in here. Let's shrink this down. It's only 50 points. All right. Let's do one more. There we go. There's the new kill zones, high and low. We just took out kill zone high. Okay. I'm going to turn on the time cycles, the 90-minute time cycles, because I like looking at them, seeing how they react. Okay. Just kind of going up. It's kind of going higher. Okay, cool. All right. Well, if you know anything about time cycles, obviously, or anything ICT related, when you have a big candle like this, you always look for some kind of retracement. So I know there's SMT, I'm not SMT. I know this is a breaker block right here. You know, low, high, lower, low, high. I would not take a breaker right off this to go higher. I'm expecting this to trade in lower. But what happened here? Well, right down here, I see a turtle soup entry right there. A turtle soup that low. Okay, and let's look and see if there's any SMT down there, because I'm not going higher without it. All right, so this low is the low is higher. This low is lower than that, and it's lower than that. All right, let's look at the Dow. That one's higher than that. Okay, this low is higher than this low, and this low is lower than this low. So we have SMT with Dow Jones. Woohoo! With YM, not a huge fan of YM, but in instances where it does act the same, I do like it. Now, let's see how this would. Obviously, we're looking for higher prices, and I'm not taking a. Obviously, right down here, obviously you have a inversion fair value gap here. If it came down here and tapped into this, I'd take one. We do have a breaker block right here. Am I taking this trade? No. Why? Because I'm expecting this big candle to come down here somewhere into this right here. Okay, I can't read it. This fair value gap right here. Okay, seriously. This fair value gap right here, which is inversion, right in here, which is probably a close to optimal trade entry, and somewhere in here, and then go higher. That's what I'm looking for ideally. I don't really like this. Would be definitely in a premium, so I don't really want to do that. I like that a little bit better. I need it to go lower though. Need to come down here. May have missed it, and that's fine if we did. Now, some people would be like, okay, it's tested it, it's testing it, you can take a trade right here. I still wouldn't. I mean, you can. I have before. I just don't like it. It's not. When I was looking at this, I didn't like it. I wanted it to come down lower. We just took this swing high here, so I can see where it could come lower if it wanted to. obviously we're not going to. Okay. Okay, there's the fair value gap, and from this swing to the swing where it's a discount, I'll buy there, I'll buy there, and 20 puts me right at right underneath that middle of that breaker, which is fine. Or am I targeting up here? Just a straight 1 to 3. Now, here's why you could have traded that breaker if you wanted to, is because of the 90-minute cycle, that breaker is, in fact, the high of the range high. So as it traded here, you could have taken that trade. Probably should have, now looking back at it, because it is range high. We expect to use that as support to go higher, but so still working on my learning of my time cycles. All right, so what were we targeting here? Well, that's good about this time cycle, this thing here. Oh, did I turn off? I did. I think I turned off. There was a PM buy side up here. Like up here, yeah. It hasn't been taken. All right, so there's PM buy side was up here, and then we have this 90-minute cycle high right here. It hasn't been taken, obviously. So I like that area there. So I like our stop. I like our right in the middle of this breaker block. I like our target or above PM buy side and the liquidity of the 90-minute cycle from yesterday. The PM site 90-minute cycle. So, all right, cool. Let's see how this turns out. Let's make this a little bigger for you guys. Okay, I'm going break even. Consolidating right here. Might get taken out. And that's okay. It is a risk-free trade. I like that. It took that high when there's no reason to come here. I'm going to move my stop up here like this. You might ask, why'd you move that? That's not 3 PD rays. Actually, technically it is. You got a fair value gap, that's one, a small fair value gap here, and then a low. That's 3 PD rays. No, I know. Usually don't like a low as my PD ray, that's fine. But I'm going to capitalize it. We're at 800, and I'm not giving up. I'm going to give up $600 if I come down here, basically. So I want to move my stop up, capitalize on a majority of this move. All right, so there's 3 PD rays. If you want to go with that, let's go right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's move this up. All right, done. Holy cow, where are we going here? Let's see where it goes. Okay, so take New York lunch. 90-minute cycle does not. Okay. All right, let's recap here. All right, 10 o'clock hour started, and we had SMT with the Dow Jones. We saw turtle soup, so now we know we're going higher. Had an inversion, never came back into the test that inversion fair value gap. And then we had a breaker block. Now, we could have entered off the breaker block because it was a breaker block, plus it was a high of a 90-minute time cycle. So when it breaks through, we really want to see displacement. So it didn't really displace through, it just kind of lingered here. But it was a breaker on top of the high of the 90-minute range, 90-minute cycle, time cycle. So you could have entered here. We waited. We got a fair value gap here on the next leg up. We traded in, and our stop was 20 points. It was in the middle of the breaker. We just aimed for a straight, risk 1 for 3. So we got 60 points. Came up, got 60 points. It went up quite a bit further, so leaving a runner is good. I'm noticing that there's a lot of times I could have left a nice runner that would have, added quite a bit. But again, you can use projections, however you want to project. Look for other higher targets and trail your stop up for is probably better than having a hard TP. I don't know. I'm going to test that out in my own personal trading. Set higher TP targets and move my stop up until we get either taken out at TP or my stop gets hit. One of the two. But that is your AM Silver Bullet trade setup on Friday, May 24th.